5 years ago, my wife and our 5 young boys started renovating our dream abandoned farmhouse here in the mountains of North Carolina. It's been here for 150 years with a very colorful history. But when we found it on day one, the front door was hanging wide open and all the forest animals were living inside.
And that's where the real scary stuff is.
Transforming an eclectic historical house into our family home is a dream I've had for years.
That looks like it needs to be replaced.
Lindsay thinks I'm crazy at times, but we're determined to stick together through this massive undertaking. We don't have enough money to pay people to renovate this place.
We have dugouts,
so we're doing it all on our own,
floor,
one room at a time, while we're living inside.
Yeah, there we go.
We've never taken on a project this large before, let alone a house that's been neglected for so long, with a crumbling foundation and more animal debris than we've seen in our entire lives.
We'll just leave that alone.
This for us is a huge leap into the unknown, and as it would turn out, the most stress-filled, joyful, and rewarding adventure we could have hoped for.
It's a great idea.
It's a good thing we have this old place too, because as the years have gone on, we've been very much in need of our home 3 times over again for these 3 new babies. We're just about to begin the final phase of our renovation, which will include our farmhouse kitchen. But before we do, join us on this look back at just how far we've come, transforming this dilapidated house into a beautiful modern home for our family of 10.
Hey folks, welcome back to the vlog. My name is Brackin.
I'm Lindsay, and this is Tiny Notes from Home.
We're super excited to finally be moving into a new house.
And we're going to tell you all about it.
We want to show you some of the unique features inside. This house has some real life character. So today I'm just going to zoom in on a few of the key features that we really like about this house, and then we'll zoom out a bit and give you a bigger picture of the whole place. One of the main things we were drawn to is this amazing living room with high ceilings, lots of wood, and all sorts of kind of natural organic elements. This living room is amazing. Lindsay, what do you think about it?
I see a lot of potential, and I really like the stonework in the fireplaces.
Let's show them all 5 of the fireplaces.
This is fireplace number 1. And here's fireplace number 2. This is fireplace number 3. Here's the main fireplace number 4 in the living room.
And there's an old wood stove in here too, but we'll probably end up removing this.
And the staircases are really neat too. They're made of rhododendron wood. And there's another staircase too.
I really like this original cast iron sink, because they're really sturdy.
We really like the sunroom with all the windows. And this room has 7 closets. And the bathroom has an old cast iron tub. And this is my favorite place to perch and look at. And this little bathroom has a stone floor. I really like the big window. There's so many different kinds of wood.
And there's trees everywhere inside.
We're thankful for the whole place, even the work that we are presented with. Here we are in the bathroom, the upstairs bathroom. This whole room needs to be gutted and refinished. And here we are in one of the upstairs bedrooms. This one's actually not too bad. A little bit of cleaning, and I think we'll be good to go. And here we are in a bedroom upstairs on the other side of the house. This one we're going to use for storage for a while. All the windows in the house are original. Some of them don't work or are just stuck shut or open, and they're dirty and grimy. We need to fix all of that. We need to clean all the windows, but fortunately, there's storm glass all the way around the house. All this wood should probably be sanded and sealed somehow, just to keep the grime and the dust off of it, and that is a big job. There's much to be desired in the area of electrical and lighting, but I think that's something we can probably handle. The laundry room in here is a wreck. But there is a cool trap door in the floor, and that's where the real scary stuff is. So this is just an old cellar underneath the kitchen where the furnace is. And earlier I said part of this project was a nightmare. This pretty much sums that up. It's pretty rough. A lot of pipes and wires need to be completely redone from over the years. I'll be spending a lot of time underneath this house. An interesting historical note about this house is it was supposedly built by a 5'2" German man in the 19-teens. And the ceilings in this room are super, super low. And here we are off the kitchen. This is the 4th bedroom in the house. The kitchen actually is the biggest project in the house, which I'll have Lindsay tell you about.
So this kitchen is going to be the biggest project. It hasn't been updated in decades, clearly. Probably maybe some of this is original. So we'll need to gut it and just kind of start from scratch. So we won't be using the kitchen right away. We'll have a makeshift kitchen set up for a little while. We do like some of the original features of the kitchen, like these cabinets. They just need to be refinished and new life brought back into them. We'll try to salvage what we can.
The ceiling here is bowed down. The floor also is bowed, so we're actually gonna have to start from the foundation, support the ceiling before we can get into any of the renovations. And in order to do that work, we actually have to take out an old coal chimney, and we're gonna do that right now. I have a feeling there's gonna be a lot of days and a lot more of that. Of course, there's a lot of work to do outside as well, lots of landscaping, and there's actually a giant pile of brush in the front yard. It's a giant pile of brush. Might take a whole week to burn down. We already burned down one. Stas, what are you excited about for the next couple of weeks?
That we got to build stuff.
Build stuff, yeah. Ezra, how about you?
That we're building our house.
Oh, getting our house built? Okay, Joseph, how about you?
That my birthday's coming up in the past 2 weeks.
In the next few weeks, how old will you be?
8.
8 years old. All right, you looks like you need a bath as bad as I do. We've been working hard today. Forrest, how about you?
Getting to work with my family.
Yes, we are excited to work together as a family. This team so far is the best work team that I could ever ask for.
Me and the guys are going to show you some of the things that we've been working on around the property. Let's go, guys! We tore up some hardwood floor in the kitchen. We found some old newspapers from World War II in 1943. We tore out our old scary furnace from the crawl space, and we hauled it out to the junkyard. We tore out an old coal chimney in the house, and here's all the bricks. Oh yeah, we got two cute kittens too.
As you can see, compared to our last house, which was a 14 by 40 foot tiny house, we now live in a much bigger house with many rooms to collect things. And right now, it kind of looks like a wreck because we're still getting moved in and organized.
What have we been getting into, Lindsay?
Well, we tackled our living room floor and decided to refinish it, so that was a big project, took a few days to complete.
I have not ever refinished wood floors before, and it just about beat me up.
It was a lot of work to do this floor, but it was well worth it, and the rest of the house still needs a lot of work as well. So we will chip away at that over the next months and years. And
we're trying to get this ready for the fall, putting a wood stove in the fireplace here, and just getting set up for some cozy wintertime activities.
Joseph, what are we doing, bud?
We're testing the fire, but we're gonna get a wood stove. We're just testing the chimney to see how it works.
It's a little bit warm today, but the evenings and the mornings are cool, so we want to test it now so we can use it later on. Y'all ready to get started? We have a real fire in our house now. It's like a real home.
it will be really nice in the winter when it's cold, and I love a fire in the winter. So we have some insulating to do, we have some repairs to do. One of the major projects that we will be tackling is our kitchen remodel, which I will show you now. We have a complete renovation to do for this kitchen. Basically, it's going to be gutted down to the floor. But for now, we're living in it as is, and it is functional, and I'm very thankful for it.
So all this time, Lindsay has been very graciously and very patiently using a camp stove for all of our meals. It has worked perfectly fine, and we are very thankful for it. But today, finally, we are in a place where I can install a full-size range for Lindsay. Now, this whole kitchen is going to be gutted and remodeled, and so what I'm doing today is very temporary. So the first thing I'm going to have to do is to install some new outlets over here. Fortunately, this is right next to the electric panel, and since this is temporary, I'm just going to stick one on the wall. So that's it. Both the machines are installed. Would you look at that? All in a day's work. How do you feel about having a stove and a dryer now?
I am so thankful. Thank you for doing that, and I'm so glad that you know how to fix things and do things.
All right, I'm going to step outside here for just a moment to give you guys some perspective on this house that we're living in currently. Far off in the distance is our Pilgrim Road recording studio. Over here in the house, it's kind of broken up into three main sections. The center section is where you normally see us in the living room in the vlog. To the left here, we have the kitchen and a bedroom above. And to the right here is a wing of the house that we have actually not even touched yet. It's a complete work zone and a disaster, but that is what we're going to be getting into here. As I step into this old house, you can see from the inside what I was showing you outside. This is the third of the house that contains the kitchen and a bedroom upstairs. And then this is the middle of the house that is the living room. And behind me here, behind this wall, is that far wing of the house that we have not addressed yet. Lindsay, how do you feel about getting this kitchen renovation started?
So yes, I am really excited to get this kitchen project started, but before we can do that, we actually have to start upstairs. We have to jack up this ceiling. The ceiling is really low and it's bowed. And so that's going to require us to move out of our upstairs bedroom over into that scary part of the house, which will become our bedroom. And once we get that all finished, then we can come back over here and start jacking all this up, fixing the floor, and the kitchen renovation project can begin.
And we're going to take you into what we call the scary room in the house. Normally, I would take you right through here. This connects to the scary room, but we've put up a temporary foam wall to separate that portion of the house. So, in order to get there, boys, let's go around outside and we'll take you into the scary room. Okay, so it's not terribly scary, but we literally have had this portion of our house kind of boarded off for about 1.5 years now. We haven't used it at all. This will become the master bedroom. As you can see, the ceiling is very, very low. The whole thing is dirty and the floor is falling in places. Lindsay, is this a crazy idea?
No, it's not a crazy idea. It's a great idea to make this place better.
Well, it can't be crazy because this is what we have to work with. We are very blessed, even though this house needs a lot of work. It's such a blessing.
It looks overwhelming, but I think once we get into it, it's going to make sense.
I think we have our work cut out for us. Lindsay, what are you most excited about in this new bedroom?
Lots of things. I'm excited about having a bathroom in the bed, connected to the bedroom, and all the closet space. It's going to be nice.
I'm excited about the wood stove.
Yes, that too.
There's a giant stone chimney that's right in our bedroom, so that's cool. Let me step over into this small side room. Oh, I gotta step through all the junk. This will become a little nursery maybe for some of the babies. So right now I'm going to jump into some demolition work with the boys. Forrest, what do we have here?
We just tore up the floor, part of the floor, so it's right down on the ground. This is just the earth.
And we have like a 100-year-old locust beam
Yeah.
holding up the house.
Yep.
That looks like it needs to be replaced.
Yeah.
Who's gonna do it?
Me?
One of us is.
Yeah.
Forrest, what are you doing under there?
Just cleaning it out. Getting all the insulation and all the junk out from under there.
So yeah, every house project has its surprises, and we didn't intend to get into this portion of the house, but because of an existing roof leak and some rotten wood, we're just going for it. So today is kind of an exploratory demolition day, isn't that right, boys?
Yeah.
We're digging stuff out, and we're seeing what type of work we have ahead of us. So, Lindsay, what do you think of the renovation project so far?
I love what you've done with the bathroom, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen next.
You made a comment the other day. This is the first time you'll have your own bathroom since when?
Well, own bathroom like that we're not sharing with the children.
Right.
So we've just never had that.
It is. It feels like a luxury, but we're very thankful.
Yeah, it'll be nice.
All right, Forrest, we made a lot of progress over the past couple weeks.
Last time they saw us, we were gutting the floor. And since then, we've worked on insulating this side of the house underneath and supporting under there with new block pillars and stuff.
Yeah, there was all sorts of rotten wood we weren't expecting.
Yeah. And then we also kind of started remodeling this side. We gutted it all, and now we're gonna work on starting to frame the floor out.
All right, Lindsay, we got part of the floor in, most of it. How do you feel
That's
about
wonderful.
that? Yeah.
I'm really excited, and it's wonderful to not have to stand on the dirt.
It feels like a real room again.
It really is starting to feel, and there's headspace for you.
That's right. Before we lowered the floor in this room, my head was touching the ceiling. Now I have about a foot of clearance, which is great.
That's a good thing.
There's still a lot of work to do, but we can start to get a feel for where everything is going to go and how to finish this project.
Mm-hmm.
We have to finish this nursery room. We've already replaced the windows, but needs to be insulated and put back together. The bathroom as well. Have to build a vanity, put tile on the floor, and of course over here we have some closets to build on this wall. Thanks for all your help on the project.
Bet. So now I'm gonna go check in with Dad at the renovation room, and I think he'll be surprised at what we've done.
How's it going?
It's going well. So you guys are here to check in on the progress of the room, huh?
That's right.
We're about 6 weeks into the project right now, and we're just a few weeks away from finishing this room. So we've got lighting in, all the electrical is done, everything is insulated. We started working on paneling the walls and the ceiling. So hopefully by the end of this week, we'll be ready for paint.
So we just finished renovating this wing of the house, and we've been working on it for about 10 weeks, so it's been a pretty long process. And we took down the temporary wall that we had set up. We got it all finished out, and it looks real nice. Mom and Dad used to live in that bedroom. Then they moved down to their new bedroom. Some of us boys are moving from this bedroom over to this bedroom.
That sounds like fun.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta have some more space now?
Yeah.
So we're excited to finally reveal this finished room to you. It's mostly finished. We still have a few minor last details that we will need to address. We have like the face trim that we need to do around the doors and windows. And then also we have this old fireplace that we still need to deal with. But we'll get to that point eventually. As long as we've lived here, we've always referred to this part of the house as the scary room because we never used it and it was just really dingy and didn't want to be in here. But now it's been completely renovated. We had the floor completely gutted. We replaced all of the walls. Everything's been rewired, new plumbing, and the bathroom has been completely redone. Brackin did a really good job in this bathroom with tile floor, and we put in this old cast iron tub that was here with the house. We were able to reuse that. Also, he refinished this old dresser into a sink vanity. So that's a really neat feature as well. It just feels really nice. I just am really thankful and been enjoying using it just the past few days. And over here we have the little baby room, which is full of nice bright windows. Yeah, it's just a really cheerful little space. We have Noah and Elijah in here still. Super thankful. We've never had this much room, ever. So it almost feels like too much, but we're thankful for it. As long as we've had children, we've either lived in a camper or a tiny house, so this house is just enormous for us. But it really suits our family, and we're thankful for the space. All right, boys, come on in. Let's see what you think of it.
So we've taken on this house. It's a big project for our family. So we finished the master phase, and we'll move on to the kitchen phase.
It's been a lot of work.
It has been a lot of work. And we were going to jump right into the kitchen after finishing this new master. And we're just rethinking that now.
It seems a little unreasonable to try to jump into another giant project. So we're thinking we want to take a slower pace, and we have a lot of other things to kind of wrap up around the house that we don't want to leave undone before we get into another big project. So as many of you know, we had hoped to jump into our kitchen renovation next, but we've been thinking about how to approach this kitchen, and apparently lumber prices right now are very high, and so we're just starting to wonder, should we postpone this even longer and hope that the prices will go down? It doesn't seem wise to take on a giant renovation right now.
So when we moved into this house 2 years ago, we intended to start with the kitchen, which is right behind this secret curtain, and work outward to the extremities of the property. But that didn't actually happen. We actually started more so on the outside of the property, and we have worked our way inward. So far on the exterior of the house, we have built our gardens, our Pilgrim Road music studio, a fully functional wood shop for me and the boys to work together. We also just finished our master bedroom. And right when we were ready to jump into our full-on, full-fledged kitchen renovation, our plans changed once again. The prices of lumber are really high right now, and the house actually needs a roof pretty badly. So we have decided to put a roof on the house first, and unfortunately the complete kitchen renovation is going to have to wait. However, we can't wait to make this kitchen more livable and more usable and more beautiful for Lindsay and for the family in the meantime. And so we have done a temporary aesthetic makeover to the kitchen.
Like Brackin said, we had just planned to gut it from the beginning and take it from there. And so we always just had this mentality of like, why do anything to it? Because we're just going to tear it all out anyway. I've just got to the point where I said, Brackin, I just don't know how much longer I can use this kitchen in this shape. And I just made a list of things that I felt were a priority just to improve the usefulness of it. And honestly, a lot of it was just the way it looked. It was just really depressing to me. The floors were uneven. The ceiling is sagging. The paint was really bad. We had a sink leak, some plumbing issues, and none of the windows open. And it was just dirty, and I just felt like I could never get it clean. So there's just a lot to be desired. But Brackin went ahead and he took my list, and like I knew he would, in his miracle working ways, he went in there and in just like 3 days made it like just amazing. Whoa, this looks amazing. What a nice transformation. It's really, really nice. This is actually a place I want to hang out now. It's really depressing before. This is not the finished renovation project. This is just a temporary improvement, and we still plan to do our major renovation. We need to tear everything out. The floor is rotting in many places, but it's sort of like we just put a really pretty band-aid on this space for now, just to make it functional and pleasant to be in.
We're gonna walk you through some of the major projects that we did in here, and we're gonna start with the sink. So we replaced the faucets, tore out the old ones. They were really bad. So we refinished the sink by sanding it and then applying a strong paint layer. So it looks a lot better now. And then this used to be old, almost rotted wood, so we sanded it down, put glue on the metal and the wood, glued down this sheet metal to it, so it's a lot better. we painted the room. First, we taped everything off, and Dad came home with his paint sprayer, and he painted it off in a few hours. The floors in here were really uneven and they were dirty, so we covered it up with some sheet vinyl. Dad installed all these new lights and they're really bright.
Now that the kitchen is actually like a pleasant environment, we feel like we can do more videos in here. It just like really lifted my spirits. You know, I want to be content in whatsoever environment I'm in, but you know, we can all only handle so much, and especially when you're in an environment every day, you know, it can start to wear on you. So
all right, now I want to bring you upstairs and show you a project we've been working on up here. And we've been super busy with house projects, so this is one of the many things that we've been doing. This room we have been renovating, as you can see, for the past month or so. This is going to be one of the boys' rooms, and so we have just been working on this for quite a while now. We actually took out the roof in this section and put a big old dormer in here. So this has been a big project, and we hope to wrap it up here in the next few months.
We have basically finished renovating this whole wing of the house, including our bedroom and bathroom and a nursery room and an upstairs bedroom and our living room. We're still waiting to finish our kitchen, which is in this window, and an upper bedroom and bathroom and our schoolroom. But in order to work on the kitchen, we actually have a foundation issue. And so over the past few months, we started cutting down a number of trees behind the house and excavating all this dirt, because the dirt used to come right up to the edge of the foundation here. And then we can get into fixing the foundation, and then we can get into the interior of the house, which is all we wanted to do from the onset. We are finally starting into a long overdue house renovation project, which will eventually end in having this kitchen complete. How are you feeling about that, Lindsay?
I'm really excited to get some of these projects, the bigger projects, underway. And yeah, it's a long process because we're trying to do it the right way.
We probably have a year's worth of work behind us here, and we're just going to take the first phase of that project now.
The next phase on the way to be able to renovate our kitchen is doing our schoolroom and dining room area. We've had to put up this temporary foam wall to block off the workspace over here, so it really has limited the amount of space we have in the kitchen and place to eat. We've had to minimize that, and so it's a little tight, but we're making it work. And as we're starting this project, I have just a little bit, like 2 months left in my pregnancy, and so we are hoping to get the space completed enough to where we can open it back up into the house and just have it more livable. It won't be completely finished, but at least it'll be more usable than what it is right now.
So most of the work that you're about to see is going to happen on the other side of this foam wall here. All right, so here we are in what used to be our schoolroom, and it will be our schoolroom again at some point. And what's hard to believe is that this used to be the nicest room in the whole house. In fact, when we moved in, the rest of the house was so bad that we just camped out in here for a number of months until we were able to renovate some other rooms and slowly move into them. And now it's time for this room to get the renovation treatment. We're gonna tear out the ceiling and the floor and the walls and the windows and the doors and basically just rebuild this room from the inside out. It's lacking in insulation, and the foundation on this side is pretty much non-existent. So we got to get down in here and see what it's going to take to shore up this house. It's going to get interesting. So we're tearing out the floor and we're finding some old newspapers that they used for insulation in the flooring from 1943 and 46. So let's see what we can find here.
Oh, golden.
So perfect.
Oh, that's crisp.
That was cut on nail.
More. Horse races!
All right, and this, oh man, this is why we tore out this perfectly good floor. It's crazy that the people who built this floor, they built it really, really strong. Like it was glued and screwed and just really strong. But they built it on top of a faulty foundation. Probably when they replaced this floor, they didn't feel like dealing with the foundation because it was such a mess, and they thought, we'll just leave that alone and we'll build a floor within the room, and the floor will be strong, but the walls in the house are only as strong as the foundation. That's why the foundation is important. All right, Lindsay, so here we are. It's been, feels like it's been a few weeks since we started this project. We've torn out most of the walls and the ceiling, and we've been working on the floor and doing some digging. How's it been for you as you've watched this project over the past little while?
Well, it's been exciting to see the progress. I haven't come out here a whole lot just because it's really muddy and cold, but I hear it from the other side, and they have gotten a lot done. Just getting all of the foundation dug out.
But when it's done, it's gonna be awesome. Are we on?
Yep.
We got laser beams?
Yep.
Can you see the laser beams in there?
Yes.
What's it look like?
Right. Oh, it looks cool.
Does it?
Yeah, you gotta get the right angle.
So we are trying to figure out where all these floors are gonna go, because we have like the original part of the house, and then the kitchen, and then we have this whole addition here, and they're all at different levels, give or take, I don't know, maybe a couple of inches. So we're gonna use the laser beam to figure out what our final floor level is gonna be. You wanna get that, help me get that set up?
Let's do it.
All right, can you look through there? Get it, Jones. Close enough, perfect. Like a loose tooth that doesn't want to come out. Uh-oh. You got that on camera?
Yeah.
Lovely.
Okay.
Buckets over here, boys.
All right, it has been about 2 weeks since we filmed here last, and a lot has happened. First of all, it was brutally cold for about a week, so the ground was too frozen for us to work on anything. But since then, we have torn off this deck in front of the house, and this deck was rotten, and underneath of it was buried in the ground a 1,000-gallon fuel oil tank for an old furnace that was in the house before we moved in. So we removed that, and eventually we're gonna rebuild a room right here where the deck used to sit, and that will end up being our laundry room and a mud room and a soap making room. And then inside we have dug out a bunch of dirt with the help of some young men from our church and all the boys. We have dug out the floor. Let me see if I can get you guys. Yeah, there we go. We've dug down a few feet so that once the new floor is in, we'll have access underneath for insulation and just general maintenance and whatnot. And the biggest thing we've done is we have torn out this entire exterior wall. Kind of crazy, I know, but the foundation was basically missing here. It was all crumbling, and so we've dug in a footer and we're gonna set a new foundation here. After the foundation is rebuilt, then we will rebuild this wall. We wanted to put some different windows and doors in here anyway, so it's all just getting upgraded. Oh boy, this is a lot of work. What is it that makes a house a home? Is home truly and only where the heart is? I've thought about these things a lot over the years as I've raised my boys in this house. In fact, the reason we bought this house was because, at the time, we had 5 boys. And I thought to myself, I need something to keep these boys busy with, and I want to work with them. I want to teach them how to take care of themselves, to take care of others, to take care of their families. And it seemed a little crazy at the time because this house needed so much work, but we decided that it was worth the investment in our family and ultimately in our children. And now here we are many years later with strong teenage boys and a few more on the way, ready to tackle almost any project that's thrown at us. We are not skilled tradesmen. I'm just a handyman, and I have a knack for learning things. Nothing's really all that hard if you break it down into smaller pieces. And of course, we can learn just about anything on YouTube these days. So we're just taking this project one step at a time, starting with the foundation and working our way up from there. You know, these kinds of projects, you never know what you're going to run into, and you have to be ready for anything, just like the rest of our life. You know, we tore into this room knowing that it would need a lot of work, and boy, does it. But that's okay. You know, our lives need a lot of work. My life needs a lot of work. My heart needs a lot of work. Because the deeper I dig into who I am as a husband, as a father, as a parent, the more I realize how much there is to learn and how much the Lord wants to make me a better man. And it's only Him that can do that. He is the foundation, and He has the building blocks to make me into the man that He knows that I can be if and when I surrender my life to Him. In the same way that we're surrendered to this project, we can't stop now. The walls are off, the windows are out, and if we want to call this place a home again, where our hearts can be nurtured and loved and cared for, we have to keep going. So with that, we carry on, knowing that this too shall pass, and the best is yet to come. All right, so it feels great to have this wall in. There's still a lot of work to do inside. We are ready, finally, after weeks of work and lots of labor, we're finally ready to put in the new floor joists and the subfloor, which is all we wanted to do to begin with. So, the air compressor is kicked on, and we're ready to get started. Here we go! This obviously goes without saying, but I am by no means a perfect parent. Trust me, what you're seeing here is a highly edited and curated version of myself. I can be impatient at times. I can be focused and forget about people's feelings. And that's the reality. I know I'm not perfect, but I want to be better. I want to continue to improve. This house is not perfect, and it never will be, but I know I can make it better with a lot of help from a lot of people, and most importantly, with a lot of help from the Lord. But it is hard work. I'm reminded of the inconsistencies in my life on a daily basis as I work with my children, as I see parts of myself in them, both the bad parts, but also the good parts. I'm excited about who they're becoming in the Lord. I'm excited about what they're learning in Him. And I'm going to do my best to continue to show them the right way to walk after the Lord.
All right, we're in full swing getting this floor put in. We are simultaneously insulating as we go, and we're also sealing off the cinder blocks with like moisture sealing paint. So this might be the day that we have the whole floor in. What do you think, guys? What do you think?
Do it.
Woo! Even though the work is tiresome at times and expensive, seeming like it never is going to end, I'm excited about what we're getting done here. I'm excited to be surrounded by my children. I'm excited to see the joy on their face and the smiles they have as the room comes together, as they realize a vision and a dream of what our life can be like with a little bit of hard work. And I know they'll look back on these times in their lives with a great deal of gratitude for the work that we've done together, for what they've learned, for how they've grown, for how they've overcome trials and just the difficulties of daily life. We won't always be renovating a house, but there will always be trials. There will always be difficult situations that we're faced with. And I want them to be committed to pressing through the hard times with God's help, in the same way that we're pressing through this house renovation, so that we can have a place to call home and do life and love each other and serve the Lord. This is such a beautiful reminder of how God gently, graciously, and sometimes firmly, but always lovingly walks with us through our difficult times in life, because He knows what we can be. And He sees the value in our broken lives. Because He is the Creator, He is in the business of recreating us into His image and into the image of His blessed Son, Jesus, whom we love and serve and honor with our whole lives. And from this comes the blessing of joy, peace, and righteousness in the Holy Spirit. Just like the lilies of the field and the birds of the air, we need not worry when we place our trust in Him and allow Him to be our provision. All right, so after a few long, hard weeks of work, we are finally getting somewhere. It looks like we have all the wiring in and most of the insulation. And that means that we are getting closer to the end. Lindsay, how are you feeling about our progress so far?
I'm excited, and I think you guys have done a great job. You've gotten so much done, and it's really starting to come together.
Yeah, it's hard to believe at the beginning of this video we were down in the dirt, and now we have a floor and walls and some windows and wiring and insulation. And the next thing is going to be the ceiling. So we're actually going to vault the ceiling in here. I've got a question. Why do we create things? Or better yet, why do we recreate things? I ask myself this question often because I have this problem where I can't leave things just well enough alone. Whenever I see something that could be improved, I have this drive, this desire to make it better, at least up to a certain point. And I believe this desire comes from the Lord. He created this world with all of its beauty, with all of its glory, and then He created man as the pinnacle of His creation, and then He asked us to be fruitful and multiply and to fill the earth and to subdue it. And because He is a creator, and because we are made in His image, with His breath of life in us, then we are little creators, little recreators, if you will. Obviously, we're not God, but He has given us
part of himself to show his glory in the earth. All right, so it's been a few days and we are back at it. We have the ceiling all vaulted and ready to go. Most everything is wired and all the walls are insulated. We'll get to insulating the ceilings after a while here, but we're just itching to get some paneling up. So here's our first piece, and now we're gonna work on the rest. Starting to feel like a room again. Here we go. Because we are endued with the desire to create, it's normal to look at something that is broken and want to make it better. Or even perhaps to create little children so that we can teach them how they too can magnify the Lord through their lives, how they can reflect His glory and His creative nature and His love in the world around us. And I've jokingly told my boys, although I'm actually serious, that the work that we're doing on this house and in other areas of our life are actually recreational or recreational activities. And I'm not sure they believe me because work is still work, but I know this to be true. So we are creating a home here. We are creating a safe, nurturing place to live. We're creating warmth and comfort and beauty, and we're creating memories as we go. And as much as the work is hard at times, and yes, obviously there are times that we want to quit, and even more so there are times that we need to rest, I'm also reminded that in the absence of these creative activities, we would lack purpose. We would just exist. But life is more than about just existence. God exists, but in His existence, He decided to make something out of nothing. Wow, and that's us. We are the life and breath of His creation. All right, so we are one step closer. We have the ceiling in, all the lights are in, we have a ceiling fan installed, the electrical is finished, the paneling is up, and today we are going to paint the walls. After the walls are painted, then we can put the floor down, then we can start trimming everything out, and hopefully in a few days we'll be moving in. It's been a few weeks, and actually it's been months now since we started this project. And boy, will we be glad to finish it, and that way we can go on with our normal life. And now we've created new life, a new daughter, a new baby girl, a new soul, and a new creation that is also made in God's image. As with all our children, this new life will grow up in a home that is full of love and life and light and laughter, and our prayer is that she will desire to create things as well, that she will desire to reflect the Lord in her life as she looks to serving others in all that she does. That was it. So, what are you going to create? What is your creative potential? What has the Lord placed before you that you can apply His creative life into? Whether that's taking something that's old and broken and making it new, or whether creating something beautiful from scratch, or whether singing or dancing, or whatever the case may be, look for your creative outlet and recreate something that will glorify the Lord. Okay, and so here we are in what is almost our finished room. It feels so good to have this foam wall taken down here. We had put this temporary foam wall up to separate the renovation area from the rest of the house.
So Lindsay, how do you feel about the new room?
How do I feel about the new room?
Yes.
I think it is great. I mean, it's a huge improvement, and it's way more open than it was. It was before there was a wall into the schoolroom. So now it is just, and it brings so much light in with the open windows. See, I'll open this. We used to have a porch out here, and that porch needed to be taken down. It was decaying and it was pretty rough. So they're gonna build a foundation out here, and then we'll add on a whole new room out here, which will just give us more space for laundry and pantry, and also a place where I can make my soap. And so that will be very nice.
Thank you everyone who has taken an interest in seeing us renovate this 100-year-old farmhouse in the mountains of North Carolina here. So we finally got this embankment vegetated, and we have drainage gravel down and just a number of loose ends around the property that are left over from many, many months of working on the house. So thanks for hanging in there with us on the renovation series. There will be more coming soon.